All right. Well, hello, my friends. It was kind of brought to my attention the other day. Thank you to my friends in Seattle, my colleagues in Seattle, that they noticed that a Microsoft Teams meeting was dropping into all of the meetings that they were creating, and that was getting a little confusing, especially for people who are using uh, WebEx or something else. And so I want to show you like what happens and then how to fix that. So if you don't want a Microsoft Teams meeting to drop into every single one of your meetings, maybe you don't. Maybe you're just, making a meeting and maybe you're a WebEx person. I don't know. You could whatever you want to do. So I'm going to show you how to change that. So you can see I'm in my calendar here on Outlook. So the first thing I'm going to cover is I'm going to cover how to do this on the web app from the intranet. Okay, and that's what this is right here. And then the next one you'll see is from the Outlook desktop app. So if you're a desktop app user, you can fast forward a little bit until I get to the desktop app part. Or if you're an intranet user, you can just stop watching when I go over the desktop app. So here it is from the intranet. So we go up to the upper right here and you'll see this little settings cog right there. So I'm going to click on that settings cog. That's going to open a new window. And then I'm going to go down here to view all Outlook settings right there. View all Outlook settings. I'm going to click on that, and that's going to open up a brand new window for me. Make sure your pop-up blockers and all of that kind of stuff are off, but it's going to bring up a new window for me. And then on the left-hand side here, you can see there's general and all that, mail. I want to go into calendar over here on the left-hand side. And then I want to go right here to events and invitations. Now, you'll see here it is right here. Add online meeting to all meetings. If you don't want that to happen, you're going to toggle that off. Now, I'm going to leave that on for a second because I want to show you what it looks like when you actually do it. So this is Saturday the 18th at 10 a.m. I'm going to make a meeting, and I'm going to start to invite an attendee. So I'm going to use Carly Brady for this one. I'm going to invite Carly, and then you notice the Teams meeting, look at that. It turns on, and it's going to automatically add a Teams meeting. Okay, so let me take Carly back off of that. Notice it. Look at that. It's toggled off. Okay, and then when I go to invite Carly, it automatically toggles on. Now, if I want that to just toggle off, like if I just want to do it from here, I can just hit it and turn it off. But if I want that to be off permanently, I need to set that in my settings. So let's go back and set that in our settings here. Okay, I'm going to discard that event. And so I'm going to go right here. Here we go again. I'm going to go up to my settings. I'm going to go down to view all Outlook settings right there. I'm going to go over here and I'm going to choose the calendar. And then I'm going to go to events and invitations and I'm going to toggle that off. Here we go. So I'm going to hit that. And then don't forget to hit save. Don't forget to hit save. So I'm going to hit save. There we go. Now, watch this. 10 a.m. All right, I'm going to start to add Carly to this, and look at that, perfect. It stays toggled off. Now, I can always toggle it on if I really want to. I can toggle on the Teams meeting, or if you're a WebEx user, you can add your WebEx. Use your WebEx scheduler up here if you want to do that. For those of you that don't have that little WebEx scheduler button, I have videos on my YouTube channel of how to get that, and there's also instructions on the Seattle SharePoint site. So if you're a WebEx user and you want to have that WebEx button in there, there's instructions for you. So there we go. There we go. That took care of it on the intranet site. Okay, but Bill, I don't access it through the intranet. I download the app and I access it through the app. Me too. I actually love the downloaded app. I love the desktop app. So I'm going to open my desktop app and I'm going to show you how to do it. Okay, same thing. Let's go to any day. It doesn't really matter, I guess. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to open up a meeting. Let me pull this meeting into the window so you can see it. There we go. Open up a meeting. And I'm going to invite an attendee. And again, I'm going to start making this meeting with Carly. Now, you'll notice mine is already turned off. So it's for me, it's turned off. Now, you can add a Teams meeting by clicking up here. You can add a WebEx meeting if you have this scheduler in here. You can add that by clicking there. Again, if you're like, how do I get that WebEx scheduler? Seattle SharePoint site has instructions for how to do that. Okay, but we're going to show you. I already have mine toggled off, so I don't want to save those changes. And I'm going to go again. Here I am. I'm in my Outlook, and I'm going to go to File right here, File. Okay. And then I'm going to go down here to options. There's my options on the left-hand side here. And then in this options, I'll select my calendar. And then under calendar options right there, look, there it is. Add an online meeting to all meetings. So if I click that, it will now add an online meeting to all my meetings. And if it's clicked off, it will stop doing that if it has been doing that. Okay, so I'm going to click OK. Let's do it. Let's add it and say OK. And then now you'll notice if I go in there and I start inviting an attendee, my cat is trying to get into my lap here, and there you go. Look at that. Automatically, even before I add an attendee, it's automatically adding a Microsoft Teams meeting. Now, I'm a WebEx person, so I don't use Microsoft Teams quite as much. So I don't want that to happen. I don't want that to happen. So let's test it out, and let's get rid of this. We're going to discard that, and I'm going to go back over to File. I'm going to go back over here to Options. I'm going to go to my calendar, and I'm going to turn it off, and I'm going to click OK. Now, maybe you're a Microsoft Teams user and you're like, hey, I want that there. Cool, you can do that. Just do it in reverse and set it up and have it there. And now when I click Invite Attendees, look at that. Now it's gone. Beautiful. And so if I want to add my WebEx meeting, I can add my WebEx meeting instead. If I wanted, if I wanted to add a Teams meeting, I can add a Teams meeting that way as well. Maybe you kind of work in both worlds. That's cool too. Okay, so that's some good info for you. I hope you enjoyed. Notice if I don't schedule it, the poor kids will be standing out there in the cold like, where's Dad? It's just, it is what it is. Most of you probably, especially those of you that have kids, you probably understand. Even if you don't have kids, you probably understand. So, all right, well, it was great talking to you, and I hope that this video was helpful. Take care, and you have a great one.